President Donald Trump said that sending U.S. troops to Venezuela is an option. Well, I do not mean that, but it's certainly something it's an option, Trump said in CBS's Face the Nation on Sunday when asked if he would use U.S. forces during the crisis. Venezuela. The United States recognized Venezuelan opposition leader Juan Guaido, who declared himself interim president on January 23, and leads an international campaign to oust Nicolas Maduro from his post. Trump also said that Maduro requested a meeting with him several months ago but rejected him. I decided at the time no because a lot of really horrible things happened in Venezuela, he said, citing poverty, anguish and crime in a country that was once one of the richest in Latin America. Trump again praised Guaido, describing him as a young and energetic gentleman. If you talk about democracy, it's really democracy in action. I think the process is taking place, tremendous, very, very big protests. 4 major European countries, Britain, France, Germany and Spain have said they will recognize Guaido unless Maduro calls new presidential elections before midnight on Sunday. Trump has repeatedly warned that all options are on the table in Venezuela as his administration increases pressure on Maduro through economic sanctions and calls on the country's military to change alliances. Point of no return: the United States, Canada and several Latin American countries rejected Maduro in his disputed re-election last year and also recognized Guaido as acting president. Maduro, however, retains the powerful support of Russia, China and Turkey. The Russian Foreign Ministry said on Sunday that the meddling of the West instigated the problems of Venezuela and punished millions. Venezuela has reached a point of no return, political analyst Marco Teruggi told Al Jazeera. We now have a democratically elected government and a parallel government controlled and led by the United States. Russia's foreign ministry said on Sunday that the international community should focus on helping to solve Venezuela's economic and social problems and refrain from any destructive interference. The goal of the international community should be to help without the destructive intrusion beyond its borders, Alexander Shinin, head of the ministry's Latin American department, told Interfax news agency. Global Voices journalist Robert Valencia said global geopolitics could reach a critical point, noting that Russia sent 2 nuclear-capable bombers in the Latin American country in December, a measure that has invaded the United States. I think we are talking about a new tug-of-war between 2 current powers in the world, the United States and Russia. We are seeing something that happened in Syria and that can now be transferred to Venezuela. This will be a new fight for the balance of power, he said. At a crossroads, tens of thousands of people gathered on the streets of several Venezuelan cities on Saturday to protest against their government, and a senior Air Force general acknowledged Guaido. The Trump government issued harsh sanctions last week that are likely to further weaken the country's oil industry, by far the largest source of revenue for Venezuela. While this could weaken Maduro, it could also exacerbate Venezuela's economic collapse. Venezuela is suffering from drug shortages, malnutrition and hyperinflation, which has led millions to emigrate in recent years. President Donald Trump has named his former physician to be his assistant and chief medical advisor. The White House announcement follows Trump's decision to reappoint Rear Administrator Ronnie Jackson for a second star due to the inaction of the previous Congress. Jackson's original appointment was suspended last year after Trump appointed him to lead the Department of Veterans Affairs. The Navy doctor retired after allegations of improper professional conduct, which the Pentagon continues to investigate. Jackson denied any crime. He led the medical team for Trump's physical examination last year and said the president was in excellent health and has incredibly good genes. A White House official who is not authorized to speak publicly about personal matters says Trump considers Jackson to be a trusted medical consultant.